Hey, Pulse Chain, PulseX Community, and Hexicans. I have a question here. I'm doing a poll. I want to know what you think. We're going to go through these options here. Should PulseX Community respond to Uniswap and their attack on HEX? Now, Uniswap is fake DeFi run by the globalists. They are being used by the SEC to take everybody down. They're starting with HEX, but it's an attack on all of DeFi, all of crypto. This is how it starts. We all know this. This is news to absolutely nobody now, if you've been paying attention. So what are the options here? PulseX Community, friends. We do have a few options. What should the community do? Option number one, should we copy 1-inch style? So what does that mean? That means, I have a picture here to show you. That means when you go to the front end of app.pulsex.com, which I have here, there would be an Ethereum toggle. And the Ethereum toggle would basically let you buy HEX, or if you want, Pulse as well, because that's listed on Uniswap too. So it would hunt the best liquidity all across mainnet Ethereum. So it would basically just use Uniswap in the background. Now, this is what all the alternatives use already, okay? So there are alternatives I'm going to show you here right now. So shout out to Mr. Crypto Coffee. Do you see all these websites here on the left? We have swaphedron.pro, ethx.com, PortalX Swap, CowFi. You have Sushi Swap, right? This is Cow Swap, by the way. It's really good. Matcha Pancake, 1-inch. 1-inch works for non-US citizens. So the thing is, they're cool and they're great, but this is just something to consider. Wouldn't it be better if we were just getting everybody to one website? That's just something to think about. You know, they're trying to attack. Well, we've got to go on the offense now. So if you were doing this, you would basically, when everyone says, hey, where do I buy HEX on Ethereum? Okay, where do I buy PHEX? Where do I buy Pulse? Like, you're only pointing people to one website. That's the thing. Because right now, what do people have to do? They have to go, well, go get a wallet, go move around. You know, you got to go use PortalX. There's all these different words and exchanges, and the DEXs are really good. But this would simplify it. It's like, imagine, hey, where do I go? Where do I get into the ecosystem? App.pulsex.com. That's it, PulseX. It's one clean word. It's something to think about. It's something to think about, right? Remember, I don't have an agenda. I'm just here to find out what you think, okay? So I'm here to explain to you. So number two is the PulseX community can go head on and deploy on Ethereum. This is one of the options here, and I explain it here, okay? So deploying on Ethereum might require pools to move. It would have to be community effort. Like, do the pools want to move? Whoever's providing liquidity, right? It's something to think about. Would they move to PulseX? It might disjoint stuff, but it means you're taking them head on, and it is an option, right? Now, I just want to let you know, there's no point trying to fight Uniswap, I think, okay? So I want to know what you think. I respect all of your opinions. You're my baby doll, my baby cake, and I appreciate every single one of you. Like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. But I'm just here to figure out what's on your mind when it comes to fighting Uniswap, fighting these globalists, because they do have all the liquidity, but Uniswap is the main hub on Ethereum. It seems like everybody who wants to make other cities, they don't compete with Uniswap on Ethereum. That's basically, it's right now, it's like the cardinal sin. It's like not only just a sin, it's a kamikaze mission. So there's no point. And you got to deal with the high gas fees. And you know what? You are at the mercy of the Ethereum updates, because Ethereum are going at the pace that Uniswap want. So that's something to think about, okay? Now, the third option is just do nothing, okay? Third option, do nothing. But it means, remember, it means you got to promote other DEXs. You got to talk about other DEXs. So just like I said with Mr. Crypto Coffee's picture here, right? So just remember, yes, Uniswap is fake DeFi. Yes, we are teaming up. We are teaming up against them because Uniswap's teaming up with the SEC, the clowns over there, to take on all of crypto, all of DeFi. It's no secret. Everybody knows this. They're here to attack all of crypto. They are attacking all of crypto. So that's why cancel Uniswap. It's gaining traction, friends. These people, they want to cancel everybody. Well, everybody's going to get on the agenda. Everyone's going to start to see what's going on. And you know what? Everybody already knows. Look at this. Trending. SEC signed the petition, right? We know what's going on. Now, remember, look at these names, okay? All of these names, they're great. Look, they're great because they work. But you're pointing people to a non-PulseX website. That's just something to think about, right? You're adding an extra step here. So that's why it is something to think about. Like, hey, if you do nothing, is it effective to just keep pointing people? They say, hey, go to PortalX swap, and then bridge on over. You know, that's something that we got to think about, right? So I want to know what you think, right? The aggregation is possible. Number one, you know, it lets you move certain stuff, but does it require updating? What if it moves? You know, so that's something we got to think about, and what we think is the best strategy moving forward. And the ecosystem is buzzing, friends. Have a look at this cute upgrade. DEXScreener has made this cute upgrade. I'm going to show you this picture right here. Look at this. Look at this. You see this little whale? This cute whale having a grand old time? On DEXScreener, I'm going to show you right now. On the PulseX section, on the bottom is time and sales. You see these little animals? These little sea creatures? You can then see what's inside somebody's wallet. It can tell you if somebody's big or not. See this whale account? Look at this. This person has bought $184,000. They've sold $115 worth. Isn't that cool? Isn't that fantastic to see? These people, right? They're playing on the blockchain, and you can actually witness them, friends, with these cute little sea creature updates. I think they're very fancy and they're very cool. They don't even have this for any other chains. So you can see buying and selling if you want. Don't get caught up in them. I'll let you know right now, because don't think just because somebody's got a lot of money that they're right. They can just move the market to where they think it wants to go. All right. It does not mean somebody is right. We already saw this. The toilet paper hands. I've left this toilet paper emoji to tell you. Okay. Yes, there were millions and millions and millions of dollars being dumped down here. Were they right? No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They're poopy heads. Okay. They're poopy heads, and they flushed themselves. They did a plus 150% rally in their face. Yes, it's come down just a little bit, toggling around here. You got to think about their pain in their voice and their little ovaries if we go up. Just think about that. And they did a lot of size down there. If you watch my videos, which I know you do, I've told you so many times, all the big volume gets done at the extremes of the ranges. People come in on the capitulation, and it's basically a one big exchange. The weak exchange to the strong. Bang. That's what we're seeing right now. And it's cute. You can see these little time and sales. So it just might be easier, right? It's cool that DEXScreener did it specifically for us. And just to let you know what's happening to all of crypto, right? This is all part of the cycle. It's fine. We're in the then they fight you phase, friends. So, you know, we're gearing up to the Bitcoin halvening run, where all the insiders are packing their bags. They're going to get ready because they know when the SEC is going to approve it. They know when the SEC is going to approve it. They've already had the phone conversation. You don't think this clown, you don't think he's spoken to Lazar, the lizard man from BlackBerry. You don't think they've had a chat and they'll be like, hey, you know, all right, we'll reject one and then we'll accept the next one. They already know, man. The insiders, they make the future. That's why they're always right. Okay? So, Clown Gensler, it's sad, okay? He gets paid by hardworking US tax-paying citizens. He's meant to work for you if you live in the United States of America. He's meant to work for you, the people. We are the people. Instead, look what this little clown gives. He gives childish responses, okay? This is from Coinbase asking him. This is what Brian Armstrong said. They came back to us and they said, we believe every asset other than Bitcoin is a security, Brian Armstrong said. And we said, well, how are you coming to that conclusion? Because that's not our interpretation of the law. And they said, we're not going to explain it to you. You need to delist every asset other than Bitcoin. Clown. Absolute clown, clown, clown. I already told you, friends. I know their strategy is taken straight from the playbook. First, they try to get the altcoins done. They come for the ones on the edges, okay? You know what's interesting? They made the wrong move already. That's how you know they are so drunk with power and hunger to take over the world that they forgot how to play the game right. If they wanted any support, these clowns should have got them to delist scams first. Not HEX. They should have got Uniswap to delist. Maybe I shouldn't even be telling them this. Screw them. We know their playbook. They should be telling Uniswap, delist Celsius, delist BitConnect, delist honeypots. Put a filter for a honeypot. Put them on your website first. Once people are used to all of these, then you can slowly introduce how the formula is going to work in the future, which is like some sort of whitelist, KYC, but that comes much later. Not now. People know that, all right? See, they're not even doing it right. They don't know how to do it right, friends. That's why, hey, if I disappear one day, you know what happens, okay? They put me in a garbage bag, put me in the back of a van, okay? And they did some brainwashing on me to try to get me to explain to them how they should be doing it. But this is what's coming next. They're eventually going to figure out the formula, okay? If me, wrestling crocodiles part-time, sitting on a squeaky chair in a dusty room, if I can figure this out, they can, because they're in control. But not for long. But you know who else might be in control, friends. My baby doll, baby cake, Erica Wall. Erica started to read my posts. Now, I knew this was always a risk, friends. So I make signals out there. I knew one day the day would come where we grew so big that the counter signals would start learning off us reading them, and they would start countering themselves, and it would negate the whole signal. I knew this one day would come. It's like a protege, right? Growing up to defeat the master. So Erica is like early stage AI right now. Let's see how well we train her. So I know here's her little gambit. I know. Shout out to Eric. All right, Eric, you're a baby doll. I know you're a bit of a weasel sometimes, but you're a baby doll. It's all right. So I already know how this is going to play out. Sometime in the future, like maybe 2024, 2025, he's actually going to brag. That's right. He's going to brag to the HEX and Pulse Chain community that he bought at the very moment that they were meant to hold, because they all capitulated. And you got to give it to him, because he was the one who was saying this ain't anything but a poopy coin. And everybody was telling him, no, the code, the community. And then the moment of truth came. And where were you, friends? Where were you in these moments of despair? So most of us were staying strong. The community is still here, still growing. Network effect is still growing. Screw this SEC. But Eric made a purchase. He's got a receipt right here, right? He's got his HEX purchase right here. So you just let this be a warning sign to you out there, okay? Friends, you're not going to make it with short-term views. It's impossible. Look what we've gone through. You've had a zombie virus get thrown in. You had China ban Bitcoin. You had the interest rates go to 5.5%. You had all these infinite war, terror, doom. They're about to confirm aliens. Everything's exploding. USDC depegged. Now they're trying to ban all the altcoins. All right. You need to see the future with me. And the future is this. There's so many poor people who wear fluffy slippers out there that the rich people on top, they can't win. They've made too many of us poor, okay? The banking industry just made too many people rich at the top. It's easy. It's simple. That's it. Society goes through this. Last time I went through it, it was literally about, I'm not joking, about 90 years ago. That's what happened. After the Great Depression, I'm not making this up. After the Great Depression, you saw a big disconnect between the rich and the poor. They put Social Security, and then slowly over the decades, the divide between rich and poor closed. But right now, we have a big record gap between the rich and the poor. It looks like that. One of the widest. So that's what's happening right now, friends. We're going to win. We are winning. We're just in that phase where they get the little boxing glove emoji, friends. Right? They got the little boxing glove emojis, and we're in the then they fight you phase. You know what's after the then they fight you phase? Then you win. Remember, first they were ignoring us. Then they're laughing at us. Now they're fighting. It's going to go on for a few years, and then we win. So I think the ultimate signal might have actually come from the PulseX pulse ratio, because think about this. PulseX is a DEX on Pulse Chain. It is the ultimate health signal of the economy, the digital economy, just like how every other DEX is for every other layer 1 chain. So when there is a huge exit, an exodus from the DEX, the market's sending a signal that this patient, it's on its last legs, it's dying. It might come back in the bull market, but it's dying. PulseX Pulse, the ratios and the bonding held. There was not a disconnect between the value of Pulse and PulseX. The ratio stayed here, 0.31. You know, I promise you, if you look at this little wick. This is what actually we have. This is what we copped on the actual SEC clown fake bogus claims. Okay, it's funny. We're actually higher. PulseX is actually rallying on the SEC ban. How about that? That's another way to think about it. Let me tell you. Let's go back in time. If you did not know what was coming, if I told you, hey, in 7 days, there's going to be an onslaught attack on Richard Hart, there's going to be an official SEC filing, they're trying to go for him on their Twitter, these clowns, and it's going to send everybody into mass ultimate panic. If I told you that story, right, and we sat there and we didn't know the price chart, do you know what I'll be telling you? I'll be telling you, I'm sorry, friends, but I think PulseX pulse ratio is going to capitulate all the way down to like the 0.10. That's what I would have thought. Because I'm like, well, if everybody thinks it's going to be over and everybody leaves, then the DEX is going to have no value. But what happened? The market was right. You see, the market was right. How about that? It's actually stronger on the SEC bans. And the market's sending us a signal. The market's sending us a signal that perhaps most of the weak hands are gone and a lot of the buy and burning is so aggressive, it's keeping this baby together. So this is our competitive informational edge when you see this. When you go look at any other altcoin, you need to understand these nuances if you want to sit here every day. If you're going to sit here every day and watch the prices, it'll send you mad. So you got to do the research. If you're not going to sit here every day, then just check it once a month because you'll get a heart attack watching this every single day. You know the stress. You can see it every single day. Look at to your left and right. But the community is bouncing back, just like the price. So because you are a straight posture pumpkin and a blueberry pie, think about it. Should PulseX community react? You know, should we aggregate? Option 1. Should we deploy on Ethereum and go after them? Number 2. Or just do nothing. It is something to think about, friends. I wonder what the community is going to choose because, you know, the easiest way is just to do nothing and to leave it up to the community. That would be the easiest way. Because, look, I'll be honest right now, you were to ask me, hey, what do you think's going on? Like, we're watching this live right now, friends. It seems like half the people think they want to deploy on Ethereum. But hopefully when you watch this video, you'll see it's not as nuanced and easy. It is possible. It is possible. Anything's possible. But it's just something to consider and think about when it comes to fighting these guys head on. But don't forget, this PulseX pulse ratio, it's the key. It's the key that we're not as weak as everybody thought. We are doing much better. Everybody has written this community off. They're going to find out that they were mighty wrong. The hornet's nest has been kicked, and me and you still going to be friends forever. Tell mum and dad, I'm hungry. I'm going to see you soon for dinner. Catch you in the next one, friends.